Hi there. Welcome to my members only channel. I think that's where I'm at. I'm giving it a try. I wanted to make this video. I actually am going to be doing it exclusively for our design group on Facebook for Chalkature. And so I was going to just take you along, and it's going to be a members only viewing. So thanks so much for being here, and I will go ahead and get started on my DIY on Dixie Belle Gilding Wax. Hi there, I am Dory Jo Stowell with Prairie Scraps, and I am here to talk about the gilding wax and I've got it in gold. We also carry it in silver with Chalkature, and I'm pretty excited about it. I was pretty excited about it when we got a chance to try it out at leadership. So anyway, I'm going to try to fit in everything in a really quick video here so that you can have a DIY on it. One of the things that I noticed right away by accident, ask me how I know, and that is by trial and error. And I have to say, when you're starting out with this gilding wax or the gilding wax, be sure that you're trying out some small areas or projects that you don't mind having a little bit of a mess or mistakes, because it is an oil-based product and it is permanent. Unlike our chalks, which are not permanent, our inks even have to be heat set in order to be permanent. But gilding wax, I'm telling you, you put it down, it is done. It is done. So I do have a little bit of a solution for that, and I'll be sharing that with you. So there's a couple of things. It does have, like I said, it's an oil based. It has a deep pigment, and then when you buff it away, has a shine. You want to apply this absolutely last on your project. You don't want to put it first, because it is going to be a sealer. It does not need a sealer over the top of it. So if you're doing a piece that you want for outside, go ahead and do that gator hide first, or some sort of sealant first, and then do this on top. You do not need a sealant on top. You want to make sure that you allow 4 hours to dry, and then you can also somewhere in there buff it away if you would like to get more of a shine to it. The way that you apply it is with a brush, a cloth, or your finger. So I'm going to show you a few of the ways that I have tried, and I'm going to be trying a few things right now too this evening, so that you get a chance to see it. But this is my welcome sign that I have out in my driveway, and you can see this is how it looked before I started. Actually, this is from the past. It was gold gilded, and it's come off over the years. I've had this for like 20 years. It goes on there, and I tried the gilding wax on this side and found that I was kind of on the messy side. I was having a hard time getting it on the letters. So this was my mistake one, but I did want to show you the way that you can kind of fix that is by using a little bit of this mineral spirits. And they have an odorless. I just got this at the local Walmart. It's not a big deal. It is a thinner. It's called it thins oil-based paint, stains, and varnishes, and it cleans brushes and equipment. So I just took a little bit of it and put it on, put it right onto my piece of paper towel. And I'm going to show you that this welcome sign, I actually did kind of a boo-boo outside the lines. I kept doing that. In fact, I tried on this side. I had a big goober right here, and I was able to get that off. So all you have to do is just rub it, and this will get it off. So there is a little bit of saving grace if you go outside the lines, because I'm not great at it. But that is the way to get it off. It can also use the mineral spirits to mix a little bit in and use it like a wash on your products. So like say you wanted to do a background with a little bit of the gilding wax in the background on one of our box frames, that would be a way to do it, is to just do that. So I think the best way, especially for these letters, the first time I tried this, I tried it with a brush. I do have like a cheap brush that I keep just exclusively for this gold gilding wax. If I had a silver, I would do the same. And what I did was I just stuck the end of my brush right into the gold gilding wax. And that makes it so that I know that this is for the gold gilding wax. So I don't use it for anything else, because I don't want to do that. So what I would do generally is, this is like a regular paint can to open. And I have found that I can get it open with our little, I think I can. think I can. I guess I didn't grab something that I can get it open with. I don't want to bend that. Maybe I did it with her scissors. I don't remember how I got it open, but anyway. I guess the scissors works just fine. All right. So I often use just this lid. You can see there's just a teeny tiny bit on the lid. And that's what I use to do whatever my project is. So there's a couple of ways that you can do it. You can do just a very little bit of gilding. And I'll show you with my finger here really quick. I just put my finger in it and then tap it off in the center. So it kind of is, this stuff is kind of like a creamy, almost dry paste. It's kind of got a weird consistency. And then all you have to do is very lightly brush it on the areas that you want it there. So I didn't even get enough, but I think go ahead and go lighter than darker. That's my advice to you, because you could ask me how I did that or how I know that. That is because trial and error, I have made a mess out of things, and I highly recommend getting some of that gilding wax or that mineral spirits to have on hand. That was the first thing I tried. So anyway, I just wanted to bring this back. So you can use this on wood, you can use it on metal, and you can see I did just a little tiny bit on the edge there that I didn't want. And even if you tried to use a wipe, it would not come away. So let me show you that. It came away with the mineral spirit really quick and easy. And see how that really just brings out the raised area. So the gilding wax you want to use on anything that you're doing raised. It's not for the recesses. Like if you're using antique wax, you're pretty much using that on the recesses. You put it on, then wipe it off. This does not work that way. What I found, I started out trying to do that. And let me show you my project that I did that on. I wanted my stars. I wanted it in the recesses of my beaded stars frame, and found that if I couldn't get it in there really well unless I painted the whole thing basically. So I just dunked that brush in here and just got really deep into there, and then did rub some of it off. So you can see it's a little bit off white on the beads, but that's it. And I rubbed and rubbed and rubbed and could not get it off at all. So I could go back with mineral spirits and do that. This is very addicting, I'm just telling you. So that is one way that you could do it. The other way, and I'll show you, so think about any of our frames, especially think about the way I do it with my brush is I will just get a little bit on the end of my brush like that, and then just go like around the outside and get those raised parts so that it can, I don't mind the middle part getting done. You could do it solid. You could do as much as you want. I highly recommend just doing like light coats. Start off really light and then go darker as you go. So, and that other side actually has been for a few weeks out in my driveway in the hot 100-degree weather, and it has not run. It has not moved. And then as you need more, just grab some and then dab it off. I put it right on the lid because I don't like to waste. It'll go right back in the jar for next time. And then I'm just going to brush really quick on here. All right. So any of our frames, any of our background, use some of that mineral spirits. Oops, sorry. That was a close one. Use any of our mineral spirits to go ahead and make a wash out of it. But this outside is kind of a bumpy, so that kind of just shows you how to use it that way. And now I've definitely got it on my fingers. No waste with this. It's just like our chalk paste. Do not waste it, right? So I'm just going to take I've got kind of a pile of it on my thumb here, so I'm just going to get it off and put it on there. All right. So that is, you can use that metal. You can use it on you can just kind of see it's on there pretty good. And I'll finish that up in a little hot minute here, a little bit. Okay, so some other ways that you can use this is on any of our etched glass. So this is one that I used, and this is very light. I got a little better with it. I don't know if you can see that on the lid. There's a little crown on there from our vintage crowns. I don't know if you can even see that, but it's very faint on there. It's not anything you can see really, but it does bring out our etching cream a little bit. And again, this is something that you just, because you want to just grab, I've got a Christmas one here that I did over Christmas. This is just a Dollar Tree mug, and I'm just going to take a little bit and try to get it on there. It does, and maybe I'll use the brush, because I did use the brush the last time. I did find that if you went outside the lines, again, you're going to get it to, whoops, and too dark is too dark for sure. I don't know if this will work, but I have seen it done this way. And like I said, I am not good at coloring in the lines. I do not have the patience for it. And then I'm just going to kind of buff it a little bit. I maybe took it off, but you can kind of see it's just a teeny tiny bit, but it does get on the glass and it does stay. So you can kind of clean it up with the mineral spirits. I'm not really trying to use the mineral spirit part, but I think I did. So you just want to go on it really, really lightly. I don't know. So that was one of the things that you can do. And like I said, some of this stuff does take a little bit of practice to really get it good, to get it in the right places that you're trying to get it. But you're kind of looking for something a little raised. So I also have a board here, and I was going to give this a try too. And like I said, this is trial and error entirely. So I'm going to get a little bit of the, ooh, that is a lot of it. A little bit of the wax, and I'm going to pat it off on the lid a lot. Maybe even on my towel here, you can see I've got quite a bit on there. And I want to just catch those raised parts of this. So you could go around the outsides of your pieces and make those, you know, gilded around the outside. You can use this on handles. You can use it on mirrors, on frames. I did my bathroom mirror with this. We found a Goodwill gigantic mirror with some like leaf all the way around the top with an ornate frame on it. Anything ornate is going to go really well. But again, it's not the recess is going to be whatever is lifted up. So I'm just going real gently right around the edges so that instead of having a white edge, we've got that. And then I am wanting to kind of catch some of this relief. And I have, so I'm going to go a little darker so you can see, and then we're going to do a little buffing and just see what happens. I tend to be pretty, you know, subtle with my decorative stuff, but I think this gold gilding. Okay, so this is how it is when I put it on. I don't know if you can see that right over here. And then I'm going to just go ahead and buff it with my paper towel. Oops, and that actually activated my paste. Can you see that? So I kind of made a mess. So anyway, I'll cut this out. But when I go to pass this on. But I think you could, like anything raised, to just go ahead and do it. I just did this one. So I should have maybe sealed this. I'm just going to. It does have a very strong odor too, FYI. So it, unlike the rest of our products, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know if I got, maybe I got mineral spirits on there. That's maybe what I did. Nope, it's just gonna, it's gonna smear. So maybe don't do that. But I had seen somebody like kind of do that and get just the raised areas. And you know how our chalk paste can be raised? That can catch on the chalk paste, and then, I don't know. I do know that wipes usually do not work to get it off. So that's it. Yep, no, this is too wet yet. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm maybe just going to fill it all in just to get it. I'm going to do a wash, and then I'll use this for something else. But that is not exactly what I meant to do. So, you know, it's always an adventure. But like I said, be prepared to do a little bit of of trial and error, I think. So, and I don't know. I think you could like potentially wipe this in. I don't know if you can see that. It does kind of see through. So there's a lot of different things you could do, different washes. I don't know. But when you buff it, it does get nice and shiny. So those are some of the things. And like I said, hardware like candles, ornate things. Those are all the things. So anyway, thanks so much for joining me. And I hope you enjoyed this. I went way over the 5 minutes, so I apologize. I don't know how else to do it. I'm chatty. I think 15 minutes is pretty good. But I hope you will give both the Gilding Wax and Gold and Silver a try. I think it's well worth it. I loved these on my, oh, I didn't show you one other thing. Besides the glassware that I did, I also, our honeycomb frame, honeycomb frame has a little bit of the silver around here. That's what I did at Leadership, because we got these at Leadership. But it gives it just a little bit extra. It does take a little bit of extra to get it in there. And I made boo-boos around the edge, so I just went with it and just did some of the gilding just very gently around the outside edge, but then harder on the inside. So kind of painted it on the honeycomb part. So just gave it some color. But anyway, and I keep this on my wall in my house. So anyway, thanks so much for joining me. Sorry, it was a little bit of a mess, a little bit of trial and error. There always is a little adventure when we're doing using new products, but get out there and try the Gilding Wax. This little jar might seem like a little bit for, you know, a higher price, but honestly, I did my whole ginormous mirror. I've done a lot of other things. It updates, like if you have anything gold from like the 80s or 90s, this is an updated version of gold, or you could put the silver on there and update it. It's going to, you know, on your hardware, just get it all updated for you, because it's just a nicer color of gold than what we used to have. So, but anyway, those are some of the things. Just get out there, try it. It should last you forever. You could do whole pieces of furniture, like the edges of it. Like I said, it's kind of very light with your finger is probably the best way to get it on. There's lots of different things you can do with it. And I think, you know, just experiment. I'm excited to see what you all do and try with it, because it is kind of a fun little project to do. Candlesticks, frames, any of our frames. You can even do the washes in the back. I don't know. So many ideas. All right. Peace out. Like I said, my name is Dory Jo Stowell with Prairie Scraps, and I thank you for coming here. Oh, shoot. Sorry. I just kept going. You know, live television. I'm sweating, so I had to turn it on.